All right, guys, we got a good one today. I wanted to get my hands on this gun actually late last year when it first came out, but I was really stuck on the Rival. If you guys have watched that, I ended up with the Rival Steel. But I finally got my hands on one of these, and I don't know if you're seeing this big old jumbo box. I'm probably cutting to what do they call it, some B-roll film or whatever. I'm showing you some close-up video before I get into the unboxing. But it's the Springfield Armory Echelon. Really nice gun, I'm not gonna lie. I've already shot it as I'm doing this unboxing. I shot it yesterday. When I picked it up, I went ahead and did the accuracy test there, and now I'm doing the unboxing to kind of put everything back together. But this comes with a huge box. This is that new gear up bundle they're doing. It's the pistol, obviously. It comes with 5 magazines, 4 17 rounders, and 1 already pre-assembled 20 rounder. And then you'll see a little bit extra about that here in a second. It comes with it looks like a dual pistol range bag, real small. And then it comes with the pistol sleeve itself. But let me go ahead and open this big giant box get it out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox this. I think this is a normal box it comes with when you buy the pistol. Really nice. I like that it came with its own little pistol sleeve, single pistol sleeve. Let me close it so nothing falls. Let's go take a look at real quick what's inside the box before we get into the gun. So we got your Vis Optics mounting accessories. Of course, your lock. There's a base plate that they took out because it's already a 20 rounder pre-installed. Congratulations, a coupon. And here's their little test piece at 10 meters. This is their 5-shot group here. Not too bad at 10 meters. All right, and then you got you have this little flip up lip here. It's got some other extra goodies. Let me go ahead and get these out of the way as well. So let's talk about the goodies that come with it, right? We already went over this. It's got your self-locking pins, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. It's got your screws. It's got your back straps with your own little tools already. I believe this is to punch it out to help remove the other one off of it. Maybe I'll do an install or how to change your back strap videos on that. But it does come with 3 sizes, as most pistols nowadays do. And I'm just looking for the markings where it says small, medium, or large. There we go. So I'm not sure if you can see it. So it looks like there's a small and here's the large. So it's a pretty big difference. If you can see it there, I'll zoom in. It's a pretty big difference. So obviously the medium is installed. And we'll talk about the texturing on these back straps from the pistol itself, but you get 3 of those. This is the 20 round mag extension. So there's one pre-assembled and they sent another one in the box. So that's pretty cool. So you can change one of the 17 rounders, remove it, and then add another 20 rounders. So essentially you'll have 2 20 rounders and 3 17 rounders. So this is that special that they're running for the month of August, I believe, that you get the range bag and the 5 mags. Of course, you get your speed loader. Here's one of the 17 round mags. That's 1 there. And let's talk about what's in the range bag really quick. I'm not gonna get too in depth. Looks like you can put like a little ID card or something right here. It's 2 pockets basically. It's got the Springfield Armory logo and a little Velcro patch here. You can put your patches there. It's pretty cool. No inside pouches or zippers or molly or anything. It's just maybe like a dump pouch, maybe like Ear Pro, Eye Pro, or some bullets. Zippers are pretty smooth. Again, it's not a review on the bag, so I'm trying to go super fast on this so I can get to the gun. So this is why I say I think it's obviously designed for dual pistols. 2 big pockets here. Some soft padding, not super thick, but it'll be durable for a quick trip to the range. And it looks like little mag pouches right here, so you can put 4 mags, or these are different sizes, so maybe some tools, 3 mags here, something like that, more mags here, maybe some tools right here, something like that. And inside this bag is the other 3 mags. So now we're at 4. There's nothing else in the bag. No other pockets in the back. So that's a cool little range bag they toss in there. These are probably like $30, $40 or something. So here's the 4 17 rounders. Nice metal steel ones here. I like the little grip here, but we'll talk about those later. So there's 4 mags. So the 5th one is in the gun. Now that we've kind of gotten everything out of the way, it comes in the box. And then of course this little single sleeve for the gun itself, and a single little thing here, maybe a small tiny box of ammo or some wireless Ear Pro or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. And of course it has our logo too. So this is just kind of, again, just kind of talking about the bundle. Let's get this off of here. I've already shot the gun yesterday. I did my accuracy test. I put this back on here just so I wouldn't lose it and show it in the video. So August 1st through October 31st, this is their little gear up promotion. I think they're doing it across the board on all their pistols. They're all kind of changed. I think I saw one that comes with Optic and all that stuff. But this one, you get that range bag, that dual pistol bag, and then 3 extra mags. So it's a $170 value. So it's pretty cool that it got thrown in there with it. Always use extra mags. All right, there's the 20 rounder, which we'll talk about later. You see the chamber flag, so we know we're safe, but let's go ahead and show that anyway. You guys can see that. Make sure we're clear and we can see it just fine. All right, but there she is, the Springfield Armory Echelon. At first glance and feel, it is very, very nice. Good full-size grip, which we'll talk about that later. But let's just get all right into it. You know, I always start with the dimensions. For some people, that's very important. But it's a 4.5-inch barrel, so not quite like a 5-inch competition, but I've seen some competition guns with the 4.5 at a minimum. So that, I mean, it could be something you could think about, especially with the optic system that it has. Overall length is about 8 inches, which is a good long length. So it gives you a good sight radius length. And also, let's, I don't know the height and the width, so let's go ahead and get that. Overall height, it's about 5 inches to the bottom of the grip and the bottom of the sights. So if you want to go to the top of the sights there, then you're probably closer to 5 1/4. The width, I think this is the thickest part of the grip. The slide is maybe slightly past 1 inch there, with the widest part of the grip being about 1 1/4 inches as well. You guys can probably see that better overhead camera, if not underneath 1 1/4 inches. So very thin, slim design. And the weight is 23.9 ounces without the full mag. So let's go ahead and talk about the slide. That I like that black, what is it, black melanite finish or whatever. It's got a boxy look to it from up top, but man, from the side, it's got some really nice deep serrations. Like you can definitely feel them and see them there. They're pretty deep. You can see the little serrations there that are very deep in the front and the back. So it allows for really good racking and good grip on the slide. I won't have any issues racking it there with those deep serrations, and I really like the look of it. And it kind of flares here in the back of the front, and it's also kind of flared here in the back as well. So if you rack from the back, that's a good little design there. And again, these serrations, you're not going to have any problem getting at all. So I mean, I like these flares up front. Maybe more designed for those that kind of rack like this sometimes, or maybe a little press check. I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. But again, you have these deep serrations back here, or cuts or flares, I guess for those that like to rack from the back. Really, really nice design. I like the look of it. And again, it just provides really easy, so you can just grab that really quick. I like that. The sights, let's talk about the sights here. This one came with the U-notch rear sights. I do believe they have different options. And then the front, let me see if I can... The front is a tritium with the luminescent ring, so that's pretty awesome there and easy to pick up. I was able to see this really, really well. And you guys, you know, if you follow my channel, you know I have some vision problems and some color blindness. But these sights were very, very easy to pick up, no issues whatsoever. So I did like that. So the big thing on this slide here is this optic plate, right? Their mounting system. They call it the VIS optic mounting system. VIS stands for Variable Interface System. It allows for over 30 different optics, not 30 different footprints, 30 different models, right? Across the board, a lot of different footprints, which is the huge selling point of this gun, and kind of their, I don't know if it's a patent or patent pending or whatever, about the Echelon, is that you can pretty much, you know, that's kind of one thing I hate. You buy a gun and it either doesn't even have a footprint built into it, so you get that low mounting of the optic. You have to buy one plate for RMR, another plate for RMSC. A lot of people hate that, right? Because those plates aren't very cheap. So talking about the VIS, well, let's at least see what it says about the footprints. I'll leave all the screws, all your screws in there. Let's leave that in there. And I like this. This is the first time I see the screws where it tells you this is the 509T plate. If you're going to use that footprint, these are the screws. These are the screws for the Delta Point Pro. I hate playing the guessing game. Here's screws for the 507C or 508T. I love that they did that. Here's the screws for the RMR SRO. A lot of them, I'm just kind of playing the guessing game to figure out like what it is I'm going to mount on there. And then here's the locking pins here. That tells you this is for the Delta Point Pro E-Flex, and then for the shield and stuff like that if you need the little locking pin. So that's pretty cool. And again, that's one of the big driving points about this gun, right? You don't have to buy all these different plates, and you're able to just change the footprint on the fly and able to get that optic mounted real low. So you don't have to have the plate and your optic is raised even higher, right? So it's closer to that bore axis for you. So that's a really, really big seller right there. Let's come down to the frame. Let's look at our controls here, which is, there's some extra controls here, the way they're kind of added here. The slide release or slide catch. If you can see it, it looks like it's very, very small and tiny. I was worried that my fat hands or fat thumbs were going to have an issue. And let's get an empty mag in there. I was going to have an issue activating that, but I like how it pops up high enough away from the frame that you can kind of still get right on top of it. See how that kind of just extends there? Like you couldn't really see that extension when it's like this. It's kind of together with the frame here underneath, so I was kind of worried. But you see when it catches, it's kind of like popped up some away from the frame. There's a better angle right there. Away from the frame there, so it's really easy to just boom. Even with big thumbs like mine, there's some pistols that I have issues with that. So I like that. You have your takedown here that has texturing as well, and almost like a little lip, a very tiny lip that kind of, I mean, not kind of, I mean, I think that, I mean, it's there by design. They put the texturing here. This is a really raised index point on both sides. And then obviously the takedown kind of matches with it, the groove here, the line, with that same texture pattern. So obviously it was designed for your thumb rest, like a thumb rest or a little mini gas pedal there. It's a little smooth. I won't say it's super grippy. This one is definitely more grippier than this one. So I'm assuming it's to catch the inside of that thumb. I don't necessarily have long thumbs, but they're not short. But I do feel that this one here on the takedown is more aggressive than this big index point up front. You got your mag release button here, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So the texture to the touch, it feels extremely smooth. The back and the front feel a little bit more aggressive, but they call it an adaptive grip texture, meaning there's different texture kind of underneath. It's like so microscopic that you can barely see it or feel it here. But when you get a good grip and tighten up, that it says your skin makes contact with the underneath texturing, and that's what really makes it a little bit more aggressive. And as I'm pressing with my thumb in, it's not easily just, see on the surface it just slides, but when you put pressure, I can feel it get more aggressive on my skin. So that's kind of cool. So it's a little deceiving when you just kind of pick it up and feel it. It's like, oh man, it's a little smooth, but when you bite down on it, yeah, you can definitely feel it. Get a good grip, and it's not going to slide around. Like even here in the front, I feel like it's kind of scratching my fingers if I'm trying to come off grip like that really fast. So that's pretty awesome. Nice design on that. You got your nice trigger guard that also has the texturing in the front and underneath, and a huge undercut here, almost like a double cut. You got this one here in the front, and really, really wide. So if you guys use gloves or something like that, some of you northerners in the wintertime, definitely will fit here. I have some slightly bigger fingers, and I get plenty of room here, so I like that oversized trigger guard. And I like this cut underneath, allows you to get under that frame and control some of that recoil a little bit better. And I like how it has a groove here, like a little ledge, and then texturing here, because obviously this is where your support hand's gonna go. So you can tell a shooter definitely had some input on this design and why it won the Guns and Ammo 2023 Gun of the Year late last year, and it was a late release. But this is really, really nice feel to it. And let's take a look at this trigger. Well, let's finish off with the mag release buttons. We're talking about controls. It's really flush on this side, which a lot of designs are like that now. I see them, and then some are kind of protruding. I have semi-large hands and not super long thumbs, as you can see, but I don't have any problem staying on grip and releasing that. I can kind of feel myself stretching just a little bit, but I don't think it's an issue or anything like that. It's got that same texturing, almost like this index point. It's not super aggressive, but the more you kind of press it, you can feel it. It releases just fine where it's at. I can kind of see some of you with even shorter thumbs maybe come off grip slightly, or at least angle your thumb and just press down. The trigger, we'll get some trigger pulls here in a second. I love these flat triggers. It does have the trigger safety bar. So I do like that. I'm more of a flat trigger person. There's a slight curve to the front, but nothing major. This is a flat trigger design. All right, so we got our gauge. So let's get this ready. We're going to do a couple of them, get a nice average for us here. Let me try to come kind of sort of where I would normally press. It feels like it'd be a slight heavy trigger. That one's a 4.59. Let's get that ready one more time. We'll probably do about 4 of these suckers. 4.3. It's a little stiff, but again, it could have a break-in period. It's brand new. Let me get this ready one more time. 4.67. I would say it feels, I don't want to say it feels like a 5-pound pull, but definitely a high 4. 4.10 for an average of 4.6.5. And again, there's your travel. It's a tight enough pressure feel that you feel that pressure. It's pretty tight. But again, maybe with some use, break-in period, that should loosen up, right? Most guns will loosen up. All right, let's talk about these mags. So there's your 17 rounders, and again, they're flush fit. They have a slight indentation with some grip there. I mean, if you're doing some sort of like manual pull, I mean, I don't even really feel that. It's so flush and small. I don't know anybody, if you're shooting at the range, nobody just drops them anyway. You're always gonna kind of just drop them in your hand. I mean, really, right? But these are the 17 rounders, and here's the 20 rounder. And again, the frame itself, I have pretty large hands. My whole hand fits on the frame, so it's pretty much a full-size frame. So the extension, unless you have a really super huge freaking gorilla paw, then this flush one may be a little bit of an issue. I have a pretty decent large hand, and it's barely, not even passing the flush one. But if you, for some reason, have larger hands, the 20 rounder is not flush back here, but that's really not a problem there. I love the look of it. I kind of do prefer when they match it up just for an overall aesthetic. It doesn't have like a little piece missing. That'd be kind of cool if they can just kind of come up there. But that's just me. Everybody has their preferences. Same texturing as this. This is really aggressive the more you pull on it. But this is a 20 rounder. So definitely gives you enough real estate. If you have a larger, or your support hand is a little lower, you can also get pressure down there as well, and it's not just hanging off. But that's the look of it with the 20 rounder. And again, they sent another 20 round base pad with it, so that's pretty awesome. But I really love the feel of it. Oh yeah, the slide catch, you see it's on the other side. So the magazine release, it's actually, what's actually awesome about this too, is it's already ambidextrous, the control. So you gotta be careful. Shouldn't be in the way over here, but it's already ready to work left or right-handed. So you have your index point here, and you see the mag button is already here, ready to be used as well, and the slide catch or slide release. So right hand or left hand is ready to go. There's no need to switch that mag release around if you're left-handed. So that's pretty awesome. No future work needed. But let's go ahead and get it out to the range. Let's see what it looks like shooting and see if it's accurate or not, how it feels, and then we'll come right back. 21 feet, first full mag, 17 rounds. We got some 124 Blazer in here. Let's see how she shoots. U-notch sights. I like it. So I don't want to change my point of aim. It's a little punchy. Not too bad though. It's shooting a little high, but again, I don't want to change my point of aim. So pretty accurate, hitting the same exact spot. Very, very nice. Try to speed up a little bit. There we go, good slide lock. Good slide lock. A little punchy, but not too bad. All right, we'll push it out to 21 feet. Let's do the next 4-round group. A little high, way high. There we go. There we go, good slide lock. All right, now we're moving on to 30 feet. And this is kind of where I get a little wide because of my vision. Let's see. I think I did 3 rounds. Let's go ahead and put another in there. We're going to finish off that 4-round group at 30 feet. And then we're going to aim for the 1-inch box. And the next one. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at our results. So I'll first say that it shoots a little bit, not too horrible though. I'm sure it'll soften up with time. So here's the first bag, 17 rounds. It was shooting a little hot. I want to change my point of aim. So you can see a nice top, 2 inches or so. Looking right there, 17 rounds through there. At 15 feet, 4 rounds, less than an inch group, really nice and accurate. 21 feet, I know this one was pushing it up, and then I kind of brought it, we got 2 on top of it, and then this 31, this bullseye here. And then at 30 feet, I tend to push up or low, depending on the day, but either way I start to spread out at 30 feet because of my vision, but pretty close to the bullseye, but nice little grouping. And then I went ahead and did the 1-inch aiming at 21 feet, dead on that, and just a little bit high on that one. So pretty accurate pistol. All right, let's take a look. Actually, not bad at all. Irons, I'm usually kind of started up here, about 3 inches apart on these doubles. Maybe a little bit smaller, about 2 inches, some change. Came down here, right, really nice and tight grouping here and here to the right. So not bad on doubles with iron sights. For the first time shooting it, it feels actually a little bit softer on doubles than it does on single shots. So let's take a set. Second set of doubles at 21 feet. Good slide lock. Let's take a look. Definitely me when I went up top, I felt my hand slip a little, but I sent it down anyway. So I got a little wider here, came up, felt my hand slip a little, but I sent it away just to go fast. You see my first shot was aiming, came down, these really opened up a little bit, and it may be the flat nose the way it's hitting. I think they are 157, a little heavier, because they are opened a little more, so probably a little more recoil. Alright, let's try another pair, see how it goes. We're going to start off with a pair 115 for the first pair in the center, and then it's going to change to that 147 flat nose. Let's see, here we go. Good slide lock every time. Zero malfunctions after about 67 rounds. That's what we like to see with a gun. So the 115, definitely a little bit lighter grain, obviously, so a lot tighter. And then on top, and I switched to 107 in that mag, so that recoil a lot heavier, kind of pushing me up here as well, but nice on target. And I kind of got a better in my last set, a little more comfortable. But a really nice, accurate shooting gun. A little punchy, but nothing too bad, nothing too horrible. We got about 2 rounds. Let's just see if we can punch a hole in that bullseye. You know what? Let's go for that little guy up top. There's no shots in there except for the one to the right in the white. Let's see if we can punch out that 5. 10 rounds. Let's go. See that left, good slide lock. Again, 0 malfunctions. Let's see how we did. We set down range. There we go. Really good, and we're at 21 feet. Push this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. So not bad. We know it's aiming a little high. My point of aim was here, so a little bit high, but very, very accurate gun. No complaints and 0 malfunctions. All right, guys, you saw the footage. Pretty accurate pistol. It was shooting a little high, but all that can be fixed, right? Then you throw a nice optic on there and you should be bullseyes. It was like, when I say it's a little punchy, meaning like I can feel that felt recoil, it should soften up, the hell am I talking about? It should soften up the more you shoot it, obviously. All pistols do, I mean, I would hope. But super accurate. Those groups were really, really tight. I was really shocked with the doubles. I thought with that punchiness that it had, that it was really gonna, like me trying to speed up, it was really gonna be far apart. But I was able to get back on point with just irons, and I don't have the best vision. So, I mean, I like this gun. I can't lie. This sucker really shot way better than I thought it was. I mean, you guys saw the results. I didn't have any issues with any feel and other controls. I had 0 malfunctions throughout the test. I think I got close to 100 rounds, so this easily could be a 100-round review. I had 0 malfunctions. Everything fed. I fed 147 flat nose, 115, 124 grain, and everything just, I mean, went through it like nothing. It had no issues whatsoever. Competition, I can see maybe this being an entry level, you know, maybe production, carry optics, but I can definitely see this as an entry to competition. It is really, really nice. But of course, the more you dive into it, you want the fancier, longer barrels, less recoil, and start swapping out all kinds of parts and stuff like that. But self-defense, if you can conceal this or not, outside carry, I mean, I would say it's a great option. Home defense, car defense, concealed carry, all the above. This checks all the boxes. If the size is not an issue, it is a 4.5-inch barrel, full size, long grip. It's not a little micro, but if you can get away with carrying that, this is a great pistol. Drop your comments, any questions or anything like that. And as always, guys, reach out to me on Instagram, fat_tactical. I'm able to communicate there a little bit better than here, but I do kind of try to get to all the comments. But again, for me, 2 thumbs up on this pistol. I liked it. That Springfield Armory Echelon, it did not disappoint me. I love the feel of it. Great shooter, great looking gun. I'm a sucker for aesthetics. I know I am, but that's just me. I know everybody's different. But great gun. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys.